Hello, viewers. Welcome to Football Discussion Daily. I'm your host, CGO. Please endeavor to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and other social media platforms. Thank you very much for doing that. On the show, we'll be reading out the round of 32 fixtures, and then we'll also do a preview of the game between South Africa and Canada. Let me read out the fixture now. Sunday, June 28th, South Africa will be playing against Canada at the Los Angeles Stadium. They also call it the Sophie Stadium in Inglewood, California. And Monday, 29th, Brazil will be locking horns with Japan. That game will be played at Houston Stadium. So sometimes they call it the NRG Stadium. So in Houston, Texas. And Germany will confront Paraguay in the second game for that particular day of Monday at the Boston Stadium. They also call it the Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Then we'll have Netherlands playing against Morocco. It's going to be played at the Estadio Monterrey. That will be in Mexico. On Tuesday, June 30th, Ivory Coast will be playing against Norway at the Dallas Stadium. France will be playing Sweden at the New York, New Jersey Stadium. They also call it the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And then Mexico will be playing against Ecuador at the Mexico City Stadium. They call it also Estadio Azteca. And then on Wednesday, July 1, England will be playing against DR Congo. That is at the Atlanta Stadium, also called the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Belgium will be confronting Senegal at the Seattle Stadium, which is also called the Lumen Field in Seattle. And then the United States of America will be playing against Bosnia and Herzegovina at the San Francisco Bay Area Stadium, also known as the Levy Stadium in Santa Clara, California. On Thursday, July 2, we'll have Spain battling with Austria at the Los Angeles Stadium in Inglewood, California. Portugal will be playing against Croatia at Toronto Stadium, also known as the BMO Field in Toronto. And then Switzerland will be playing against Algeria at BC Place, Vancouver. And then the last round of 32 will be played on Friday, July 3. Australia will be confronting Egypt at the Dallas Stadium, also known as the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. And then Argentina will battle with Cape Verde at the Miami Stadium, also known as the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And then the final round of 32 match is going to be between Colombia. They will be facing Ghana, the Black Stars, at Kansas City Stadium, also known as the Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City, in Missouri. So those are the round of 32 fixtures that will be seen in the coming days. So now we'll be looking at the game between Canada and South Africa. That's going to be the first game of round of 32. And it's going to be an interesting game between both sides. South Africa qualified as runners-up in Group A, a group that had Mexico, Czechia, and also South Korea. And South Africa, their first game, which was the opening game, they lost to Mexico in that fixture. And then I think that was 2-0. And then in their second game against Czechia, they were able to get a 1-1 draw. And their last group game against South Korea, they got a much desired victory against South Korea and won 1-0. In the case of the Canadians, their first game they played, which was in Group B. They played a draw, a 1-1 draw against Bosnia and Herzegovina. And then in their second game against Qatar, they went on rampage. They won 6 goals to nothing. I remember in that game, Qatar got 2 red cards. And in their last game against Switzerland, it ended 2-1 in favor of Switzerland. So both sides, both side has um, 4 points before getting to this stage of the competition. And if you look at the pedigree of both sides, there is no much difference in terms of performance. I think it's going to be a very keenly contested game. It could go either way. Based on the FIFA ranking, South Africa is rated 54. Canada is, I think, around number 30. So Canada is a bit on they are more rated than South Africa. But if you look at it, the distance, not that a lot. And then at the group stage, South Africa scored 2 goals, conceded 3 goals. South Africa won their game against South Korea 1-0. And then Canada lost their own last game prior to this game, 2 goals to 1 against the Swiss team. And if you look at the South African team, most of them are they are local based players, and they have just few players in the team who play abroad. So when you look at the chemistry in the team, because especially a large sum of them plays for Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns is a very good team in South Africa, really playing very well in Africa. You see that when it comes to that helps them when it comes to defensive chemistry. It also helps them when it comes to uh, playing like a unit. There's a kind of cohesion the way they play. And South Africans are very good when it comes to when it comes to being resilient. Because after their first game, I think the game has really improved. You see them being resilient, deeply disciplined, the way they thrive without dominating the ball. Because against South Korea had more possession of the ball, but the South Africans, despite that, were able to have more shots on target against South Korea. So what they do is that they play more functional football. When they have the ball, they are very good when it comes to counter pressing. That's one of the quality of this team. Despite missing one of their key player in that game against South Korea, that is Teboho Mokoena. They were still able to put up a good performance against South Korea. So in this game, Teboho Mokoena will be available, though they will still be missing the presence of Themba Zwane, who is still going to serve one much ban because remember against Mexico, he got a red card in that particular encounter. So he will be missing out in this game. So the South African team is one team that has really shown resilience after their game against Mexico. We've seen a lot of progress in the team. So they are really going to give Canada a very tough match going into this encounter. And one thing I've loved about them is their ball recovery is very, very good. And then they try to exploit the pace of Capello Maseko. Capello Maseko was the guy who scored the goal for South Africa when they played against South Korea. I'm sure they will still want to take advantage of uh, any kind of space because Canada play a kind of high pressing game. So what South Africa would like to do is to explore gaps that will be left from the overlapping fullbacks of the Canadians. So the Canadians have to be very careful when they play against the South Africans because this South African team are very good when it comes to counter-attacking. They have very fast wingers that can really hurt an opponent. So it's going to be a very tough encounter. Canada will most likely have Alphonso Davies in the squad for this game, but even if he will be available, I don't think he's going to start the game. He might come in as a substitute. We all know that Alphonso Davies has really battled with a hamstring injury that has really kept him out of the squad. He couldn't feature for the Canadians in all the group games. So I think there are news that could be available for this particular encounter. And definitely Ismail Kone is already ruled out because of he sustained a fractured tibia during their uh, group match against Qatar. So he is totally out of the competition. So he will not be featuring in this particular game. So it's going to be an interesting game. The Canadians are likely to play tactical formation of 4-4-2. South Africa will be playing a tactical formation of 4-2-3-1. That's what we are likely to see in this particular encounter. I think it will be very difficult for me to make a prediction in this game because it could go either way. South Africa could win, Canada could win. Canada might have just a slight edge, but that is not enough to say they are going to win this game. So this is a match that any of the two teams could win. So if you have comments to make, if you have thoughts, kindly please put it at the comment section. Thank you very much for watching and do have a wonderful time. Bye for now.